Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is a camera review of the Samsung On7 Prime. This phone comes with a 13 megapixel camera on the rear with f1.9 aperture and a single LED flash. On the front, it has a 13 megapixel camera with f1.9 aperture. Now let's look at the camera interface. So guys, this is the camera interface that we have been seeing for so long on the Samsung phones. We have some quick gestures like we can swipe up or down to switch between the front facing camera and the rear camera. Next, we can swipe left or right on the shutter button over here to zoom in and zoom out. And you can swipe to the right side to access the different modes. We have the Pro mode that's usually called as manual mode, but there are very few options over here. Next, we have the panorama mode, the same thing that we have been seeing for years now. Next, we have continuous shot or burst mode. Next, we have HDR. We don't have any auto HDR feature, we just have the HDR mode. Next, we have the night mode for better low light pictures, sports mode and sound and shot. By the way, I have done the camera review by using just the auto mode, which is probably how everyone else will be using it. Now if you swipe to the left side, we have access to the effects panel. So these are just different filters, and we even have a beauty mode and some other settings. Now if we go back, at the top we have the option to switch between the front camera and the rear camera. We can also do this by using the gesture. Next, we have the option to change the aspect ratio. This is how you get a full screen display, but the aspect ratio of the pictures you take is changed to 16:9. So I'll just go back to the standard setting. Next, we have a toggle for flash. We have auto, on and off. Next, we have a button for settings. Over here, we can change the picture size and video resolution and tweak other settings. Next, we have these two options, Samsung Mall and stickers. Samsung Mall is a feature where you can simply take a picture and search for that product in Amazon.in or ShopClose or other online stores. So let me just search for this particular product. I'm pretty sure it won't be available or it can't be easily found. So it's showing me something related to Star Wars, cars and so on. Now let me just search for battery. As it was able to see some text, the actual name of the product, it pulled up the right results. So it can be useful sometimes to quickly search for things, but if you see the prices, they're not very reasonable. These results might be from the Amazon.com or I don't know. These are simply not the best results. So anyway, this is just a fancy feature to show off right now, not something you can actually use in day-to-day basis. Now if we go to the stickers, we can simply add these stickers to faces. Now to show that, I'm just going to switch to the front facing camera. Now stickers. So there you go. This one looks nice. So guys, that was the camera interface. Now let's look at the sample pictures. Now these are some pictures taken in daylight and well lit conditions. This phone doesn't have auto HDR, so all the images are taken with HDR turned off. Even in well lit conditions, it overexposes the shot to make it bright, and in that process, you lose details and colors in the overexposed part. Color reproduction is good. All these images were taken in the morning and it has accurate color balance. Colors in some parts of the image look saturated with more contrast, but some parts are overexposed and look faded. It also has good variation in colors, and that's a great thing. Capturing speeds, sharpness and dynamic range are all good. These are some shots taken with HDR turned on. Capturing speeds are slightly slower with HDR on. All the images look bright with good color reproduction and good dynamic range. Sharpness and exposure control are pretty good. These are some macro shots. While taking macro shots, this phone has focusing issues. It struggles a little to focus the object, but you get good bokeh effect. So to sum it up, in daylight and well lit conditions, it does a good job with slight issues with exposure control and focusing speeds. Now coming to low light performance, these are some shots taken in low light indoor conditions. Colors look slightly dull and the edges look soft, but still does a pretty good job. In very low light conditions, images look dull, but the noise is very well managed. Images look very soft, but that's understandable. Color reproduction and color balance look good. At times it overexposes the image, but it still keeps the noise in check. Images taken with the flash look overexposed. So in low light, it does a good job, and you can get sharper images if you have stable hands. It also has a dedicated night mode to take better images in low light conditions. Now coming to selfies, front camera on this phone comes with a wide angle lens, so you get wider selfies, which is a great thing. Color reproduction, dynamic range and exposure control are all pretty good. It slightly overexposes the shots, but selfies still look good. These are some selfies taken in low light indoor conditions. Just like the rear camera, selfies are soft and look overexposed, but still look good. Color reproduction looks good as well. In very low light conditions, phone uses the display as a flash when required. Selfies are slightly overexposed to make the selfies look brighter, and they do look good. Selfies look soft, but the noise is very well managed. Color reproduction is good as well. I just wish selfies were a little more sharper. Now coming to video recording, we can record video in 1080p using the front and rear cameras. For the rear camera, there is no optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization, but the stabilization by default on this phone is slightly better than most phones in its price segment. That was kinda impressive, but the footage quality was kinda disappointing. I have recorded this video early in the morning. It has accurate color balance with warmer colors, but it overexposed the footage a lot and the colors look faded. Even the focusing speeds are slightly slow.
Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the review of Samsung On7 Prime. By the way guys, the footage is being cropped to offer some kind of stabilization, and just from the preview window it seems that stabilization is pretty good.
Now coming to the front camera video recording, footage has good color reproduction, sharpness. You also get a wider footage thanks to the wide angle lens on the front camera. It has good exposure control when there is a bright background. But just like the rear camera, it overexposes the footage and colors look slightly faded. So guys, coming to the conclusion, cameras on this phone are pretty decent. If Samsung can fix the exposure issues and focusing issues, it will be even better. Now with that said, are these the best cameras in the price segment? Definitely no. In fact, it comes with only single camera on the front and back, while many other companies are offering dual cameras on the rear, and Honor is even offering dual cameras even on the front at a price tag of 11,000 rupees with Honor 9 Lite. So cameras on this phone are good, but they could be better for the price you are paying, and if you are really looking for a camera-centric phone with a lot of cool features, Honor 9 Lite or the Honor 7X will be a much better choice. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. By the way, if you are planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.